What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome back to yet another amazing video on the channel. For today I got a brand new deck profile of a deck that has recently gotten support and is getting more support in Dimension Force. If you haven't read from the title, it is of course IceJade's not the best strategy by any means at all, but I thought I'd make this video to try and show you how you should play it. So without any further ado, get straight into the deck profile. So starting off with the main deck here, it is 41 cards. We have triple of the IceJade Tremora. She is probably one of the best IceJades. The ability to just send herself to the graveyard to special summon any water monster from your hand is cool. And if a face-up water monster is destroyed while she is in the grave, she can banish herself and you can basically just special summon a different IceJade from your hand or graveyard. So we're playing triple of the IceJade Tremora. We also have triple of the IceJade Angerine. She's also really good because on summon, normal or special, which is really easy to special her, she is basically your searcher. She will search for any IceJade spell or trap, which is cool. And for example, if she is hit with an Imperm or an Availer, anything that targets her, or if she is declared for an attack, you can use her quick effect to basically make her immune from that battle, so she won't die, and you can revive a water monster and it will go back to your hand during the end phase. So that's really cool as well. So those are your main starters for your boss monster here. We have triple of the IceJade Cosmolocha, or however you say her name. She's really cool because she's sort of the floodgate-y first bit of the effect, where if you have a field spell, she'll special summon herself from the hand, usually in defense, and basically monsters your opponent controls cannot activate the effects the turn after they were summoned. So for example, if there's an Appaloosa, you summon her, you pass, that Appaloosa can basically not activate its effects because it wasn't summoned that turn, it was summoned a different turn. So it's a really cool lockout effect, and it is what it is. It goes really well with another card I'll be showing you now. So double of her. We have double of the IceJade Tinola. We're basically just playing two of these guys. They're not very good. We usually just use them for their, not really for their effects, but because they're level 4 and they're water, so it helps us make Hermit Shark and Totally Awesome. So one of them lets you draw and one of them lets you revive, so it's okay. It can come up sometimes, but we're not using their effects that much. We have one of the newer IceJade. He is basically equips himself and lets your IceJade monster attack from defense, which is cool. And he has a really cool removal effect where you can target a monster your opponent controls, and if its attack is lower than the defense or equal, so usually when you target your big one, it's 3k, it will return that target to the hand. So that's kind of handy as well, and just some removal that the deck does have. We play double of the Barrier Statue. You can special summon this card from your hand, so it doesn't even need to use a normal on it. And it's just a floodgate that if your opponent can't deal with, you'll win the game. And it's quite easy to protect because the field spell of the IceJade will make your opponent's monsters lose attacks, so he's actually relatively hard to out, even though he is 1k. For another extender here, we have double of the Silent Angler. Just a free special summon from your hand. Usually do him last because he does stop you from special summoning monsters from your hand for the rest of the turn. And this is the main guy you're going to be using with an IceJade to get into the Hermit Shark and then make it Totally Awesome. So that is it for the actual water part of the deck, and now we're going to move on to the supporting engine. We have triple of the Water Enchantress. I know that this card literally costs as much as a mortgage, but you have to play it if you want this deck to be competitive. Even that, I don't think it's competitive, I just think it's a lot better with the adventure engines. That's when I'm playing it. And it's also a water, so it sort of comes up a little bit, but we all know what this does. And she comes with the Griffin, of course. She's just absolutely insane. Potentially going to be hitting the ban list. It's a bit new in my opinion, but the Griffin as well, just absolutely insane cards. And they do come accompanied with the triple of the Rite of Aramesia, the one Fateful Adventure, the Draco back. We all know this. I'm sure you've seen hundreds of deck profiles now with this engine. I don't really need to explain it. It just gives you a negate, gets you stuff in the grave, which the IceJade sort of like, and just keeps your engine going, I guess, in a way, because you can keep adding and pitching and it's not too bad. For the spells of the IceJade, we have triple of the IceJade Cradle, the Rota, not once per turn, not much needs to be said here, just adds you anything you need really. Shame that it has to be a different name, but that doesn't really ever come up that much, so triple IceJade. Double of the field spell. This field spell is actually really nice. On activation, will get you something that's in the grave or banished back to your hand, and can reduce your opponent's monster's attack as well, which is how you protect your Barrier Statue. And this on the field with the new spell that's coming out, I believe it is called IceJade Curse. I'll try and put a picture on the video now so you can see exactly what this card looks like. Basically, IceJade Curse means that your opponent can't activate monster effects the turn they're summoned, and in combination with your IceJade of this one, it's basically a lock. They can't activate monsters that turn their summon, and they can't activate monster effects that turn after the summon, so it's basically like a infinite skill drain in a way, and you need to have the fill spell up in order for this card to work, and it's actually kind of cool. It's kind of unique. No, I don't think any other deck does it like that, and that's the only reason that I think IceJades could have potential in the future with that cool lock. And for the last spell here, just triple Pot of Extravagance. We'd hardly ever really use the extra deck, so when I show you the extra deck, it's going to be really short. But just draw power. This is a control deck, so you do need the pluses, I guess, because you're going to be out-resourced very quickly by combo decks, so you need something to sort of stay in the game. So triple Pot of Extravagance. For the traps, we have triple of the IceJade. Erosion. Basically, negate every single turn by destroying an IceJade, and you can target one card. Doesn't have to be a monster, it can be a spell, can negate anything essentially, negate its effects. That's kind of cool. And what's kind of cool is that your IceJades will actually trigger. So if you, for example, destroy your Angerine, you can then banish this from the grave and bring back your Angerine, get a search, and you set yourself up for a free negate again next turn. So it's kind of nice. And then for the last trap of the deck, we have double of the White Howling. Absolute blowout against Sky Strikers. You just banish their engage and negate every spell, but usually it's really good anyway. You're already going to be floodgating them, why not floodgate them some more, make them lose the ability to use spells that turn. That's it for the main deck, and now we'll be moving on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, as I said, you are playing Pot of Extravagance, so every card I'm going to show you, just imagine that it's at 3. We have triple of the Blackluster Soldier, because your big IceJades are higher than level 7, and some decks just immediately lose to this card, so I'm playing 3 to hopefully see 1 after we use Extrav. Triple of the Abyss Dweller, just because it's a really good card and it gains the bonus attack because you're using it with water materials. Triple Bahamut Shark with the triple Toad. Yeah, I don't really need to explain. And then the last card would be the Marincess Coral, an enemy, which I don't have, so boom, I'll put it on screen for you here, editing. And it's triple of that, and that card's actually really cool because it lets you keep summoning your IceJade, Angerine, getting the searches, and just hopefully winning the game slowly, which is what this deck does. It's a bit painful sometimes when you can't, but that's what you get when you play like a tier 5 deck. So without any further ado, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy my take on IceJades. If there is one IceJade player out there, please let me know in the comments down below. I feel really bad for you. Leave your deck list down below as well. This has been quite painful in testing, but a lot of people do scoop when you do get the combo off, so it's kind of fun in a way. Not really, because you're putting scoops, but regardless, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.
It's time! Let's go!